A Bardstown distillery is expanding for a 5th time, and it's only been open for 6 years.
And there's a lot more in store for the young bourbon company. Business has been bubbling for Bardstown Bourbon Company. So much so, Governor Andy Beshear recently announced the company is starting a nearly $29 million expansion with the help of state incentives. The distillery opened just 6 years ago.
In 2016, when we first distilled, we were at about 1.5 million proof gallons. 8 months later, 3 million proof gallons. And 2 years later, up to 7 million proof gallons.
That 15,000 square foot expansion will increase distillery production by about 50%. And that expansion does not include the 2 new rick houses that are under construction or last year's bottling plant that opened.
We'll create roughly 30 more jobs here at the distillery, but also all those adjacent jobs in construction and planning, getting this project done.
The operations expansion will include 16 more fermenters, a cooker like this one, and a distillation tower. Expansion seems to be flowing all over the bourbon industry in the last few years. Several distilleries throughout Kentucky have announced they are growing. Bardstown Bourbon Company says their expansion is not a case of keeping up with the Joneses.
While it's nice to say we're in trend with all the other distilleries, the reality is that this is really driven by customer demand and the booming bourbon business as a whole.
We range anywhere from 24,000 barrel rick houses all the way up to 58,800, which is the largest that you can legally build in the state of Kentucky.
The restaurant, retail, tours, and tastings will not be directly impacted by the current construction, which is set to be completed in early 2024. But once that's done,
we just recently purchased 300 more acres for more rick house expansions to give these barrels a home for a while.
We are really reestablishing ourselves, not just within Bardstown, but Bardstown as the bourbon capital of the world.
And after that expansion is complete, production will be increased by about 55,000 barrels a year.